On this video we're taking a look at one of the NBA matches, which are happening on Tuesday, March 1st, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, 4 betting tips and predictions on that game. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Brooklyn Nets vs Toronto Raptors. The Brooklyn Nets and Toronto Raptors meet Tuesday in NBA action at the Scotiabank Arena. The Brooklyn Nets need a win after losing 6 of their last 9 games. The Toronto Raptors look for a win after splitting their last 8 games. Our first pick is Toronto Raptors, -8. And here is why. Kyrie Irving scored a season-high 38 points as the Nets defeated Milwaukee Bucks 126-123 on Saturday evening. This marked Irving's first game in Milwaukee since spraining his right ankle in Game 4 of last season's Eastern Conference semifinals, an injury that helped the Bucks rally from a 2-0 deficit to win that series in 7 games. The Nets got absolutely destroyed in Brooklyn. Now, the expectations are for them to go on the road and compete in Toronto after being handed a 133-97 loss. That's tough in so many ways for a team that clearly misses their stars. Ben Simmons hasn't even suited up for a game yet, but he'd still give them a better chance to win than they have on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Kevin Durant is still on the mend and Kyrie Irving is still fighting vaccine mandates. It's a mess right now for the Nets. And the Raptors are positioned favorably to take advantage of that mess. The scariest part is the fact that Pascal Siakam didn't even play well in the first game. It was all Scotty Barnes, Malachi Flynn and the bench providing the spark the Raptors needed to pull off such a lopsided win. And they'll do it again in the rematch. Brooklyn is broken offensively, and they look like they couldn't guard a parked car on Monday. The Raptors know more is at stake here than just a regular season game. This is all about playoff positioning for teams in the final stretch of the season. I'm laying the points. Our second pick is under the total. And here is why. No Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving or Ben Simmons for the Nets help the Raptors make things look easy at the Barclays Center, and they should aim for similar results in Tuesday's return to Scotiabank Arena. There just isn't enough firepower for the Nets to get involved in any offensive shootouts. The fact that I'm using the words offensive shootout and the Raptors in the same sentence is a bit interesting, and yet, that's a legitimate talking point heading into this game. The Brooklyn Nets are averaging 111 points on 46.6% shooting and allowing 111.3 points on 45.2% shooting. Kyrie Irving is averaging 25.1 points and 5.3 assists, while Seth Curry is averaging 19.2 points and 4 rebounds. LaMarcus Aldridge is the third double-digit scorer, and Patty Mills is grabbing 2.1 rebounds. The Brooklyn Nets are shooting 34.9% from beyond the arc and 80.3% from the free throw line. The Brooklyn Nets are allowing 33.6% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.6 rebounds per game. The Nets have to do a better job with ball distribution, but more importantly, they have to avoid costly turnovers on Tuesday. Toronto has been on an offensive rollercoaster this season, but like any team, they are clearly capable of getting hot. It's inevitable that they'll cool a bit in the rematch. The Toronto Raptors are averaging 108.3 points on 44.2% shooting and allowing 107.5 points on 46.4% shooting. Pascal Siakam is averaging 21.4 points and 5.1 assists, while Fred VanVleet is averaging 21.4 points and 4.5 rebounds. Gary Trent Jr. is the third double-digit scorer, and Aga Anunoby is grabbing 5.5 rebounds. The Toronto Raptors are shooting 35.3% from beyond the arc and 75.4% from the free throw line. The Toronto Raptors are allowing 35.5% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.6 rebounds per game. Our third pick is Toronto Raptors win 112-103. And here is why. Brooklyn F. Kevin Durant, foot, and G. Kyrie Irving, personal, will both remain on the sidelines for this game. The Nets will continue to struggle on the offensive end of the floor with their high-scoring duo out, so the under is worth a look. The stronger play is on the Raptors to cover at home. Eastern Conference foes will complete a home-and-home when the Brooklyn Nets visit the Toronto Raptors on Tuesday night. The Nets, 32-30, have dropped 7 of their previous 10 games and trailed Toronto by 2 full games for 7th place in the conference standings. Last night, Brooklyn shot 38% from the field and turned the ball over 23 times during an ugly 133-97 home loss versus Toronto. The Brooklyn team that showed up against the Raptors obviously wasn't the same one that knocked off the Milwaukee Bucks on the road. They got absolutely mauled on their home court with Kyrie Irving unable to do anything about it. Veteran FC LaMarcus Aldridge tallied a team-high 15 points in 20 minutes off the Brooklyn bench. Rookie G Cam Thomas and Bruce Brown added 14 points each in a losing effort for the Nets. The Toronto Raptors are 3 games above .500 at home and trail Boston by 1.5 games for 6th place in the conference standings. During last night's convincing road victory, Toronto raced out to a 15-point lead after 1 quarter and led by as many as 39 points. The Raptors, 33-27, assisted on 35 of their 51 made field goals and knocked down 18 for 38 from long distance. Brooklyn isn't the same team without their stars on the floor, but the Raptors do deserve some credit as well. They got red hot from the floor in Brooklyn, 51.5% shooting and 18 three-pointers. But is that sort of effort sustainable for a team with the 5th worst average shooting percentage in the league? Fred VanVleet is listed as day-to-day on the injury report, while Aga Anunoby remains out of action for the team. The Raptors have had issues defending at the rim, but the Nets are a bit long in the tooth in some areas. Even with a middle-of-the-road defense, the Raptors should be able to put the clamps on a Nets team that's positioned right behind them as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. Rookie Scotty Barnes led all scorers with 28 points, 12 to 14 FG, to go along with 16 rebounds and 5 steals. Precious Achiuwa contributed 20 points and 8 rebounds off the bench for the Raptors. The Raptors had a dismal performance in a 127-100 beating against the Atlanta Hawks on Saturday night. Fred VanVleet led Toronto with 24 points and 9 assists after being listed as questionable with right knee soreness. Precious Achiuwa added a season-high 21 points. Our 4th pick is Pascal Siakam to score more than 15 points. Pascal Siakam is averaging 21.4 points and 5.1 assists. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.